Hi, everybody. It's Monika. On the phone with me, I've got Judd Burgess, owner of Brave Books, located at 1307 Arizona between Newman and Brown Street here in El Paso. And we're talking about the Dr. Seuss books that are being pulled off the shelves. How are you, Judd?
I'm doing good, Monika. How are you?
I'm doing great. Tell me about what's going on with these Dr. Seuss books and the craziness that's happening right now.
Yes, I just got to work and I just had a flurry of phone calls and messages. Do you have any Dr. Seuss? And then I had people just like up here at my door asking about that. I think they were hoping I didn't know what was going on. And I do have plenty of them, but I'm basically having to pull them off the shelves right now because of what's going on.
So normally these 6 books that have been pulled off the shelves, how much would they cost normally at your store?
Well, I mean, believe it or not, I had them for about $10 each. And they're in new condition.
Wow. And so right now,
that's what I had them.
If you look them up, they're probably in the 500 range at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking through eBay, and there's like a mini bubble, a Dr. Seuss bubble going on with these particular books. And I mean, I've seen one as high as $700 for one that I happen to have. And then the rest of them are averaging $450, a couple, some are $200. So it's kind of hard to tell where it's all going to go tomorrow.
So these books, obviously, they've been printed. They're being pulled. They're not going to be reprinted anymore. So would you say that there are several books out there that people can find?
You know, there's a lot of Dr. Seuss out there. These particular books, I believe, are being pulled. You know, there's rumors that Dr. Seuss was racist. You know, you can basically say that about anybody, you know, that was doing things back in the, 40s and 50s, just simply because of the times that those were. And so I believe that this has something to do with that, where they're literally censoring these particular books and they're stopping the presses on them. But there have been, hundreds of thousands, if not more, of these particular books out there, printed in numerous editions over the years. People can still find them, but right now it's going to be hard to find anything Dr. Seuss simply because of the bubble that's going on right now, just the panic that's going on.
So you have pulled your books off the shelf?
Yes, I had to, simply because even the ones that aren't being put out of print, I had to pull simply because those might shoot up in value simply because they're tangential to the other ones. And so Dr. Seuss right now is the big focus. So I need to kind of just, take a breath and see what happens with the market and see where I go with this before somebody comes in here and buys all these $6 Dr. Seuss books and then turns around and, sells them for $150 each or something. I don't know.
So what do you suggest?
I have to be careful.
You do. What do you suggest for somebody who may have the books and wants to sell them?
Well, a good thing to do is just go straight to eBay. If you don't have an eBay account, make one, start taking some pictures of it and put it out there and see what happens. If you have any of those particular books that are out of print, I think the ones that come off to my mind is one called McElligot's Pool. That was his first book that he ever did. And there's another one called On Beyond Zebra. And one's called I Saw It on Mulberry Street. And there's a couple of other ones. So if you have any of those, take some pictures, put them on eBay, and just, put a buy it now price and see if it sells real quick.
They're going to go fast.
Or come sell them to me for $10. I'll pay you $10 each.
Of course.
I'm a businessman.
Of
No,
course.
just kidding.
So this is a very interesting moment in time. This is not the first time that it's happened before to a book, especially like you're talking about back in the day. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you think this is going to settle out and then eventually you're going to start finding the books again on the shelves?
Yeah, because I really believe that it's a market panic right now. I think that people are just, thinking, well, these books are ultra rare because they're not going to be printed again. But like I said earlier, there's millions of these books out there already because they've been produced, in several editions over the years since they were first produced. So it's not like they just came out. They're out there. The market is flooded. And that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to correct itself eventually, and people are going to realize that, there's just a lot of these books out there. So why are we spending so much money on them? Now, I'll tell you this. If you happen to have like one of the originals of those, like the first edition or one of the early editions, those are going to be the ones that are worth the most money because those are the rarest of the editions. But if you have something that was done 5 years ago, you can still make some good money right now while the market's going crazy. So now's the time to act.
But you definitely want to check the date of print on those books, just in case you have a book maybe from the 50s.
Yes.
Judd, I
Absolutely.
appreciate your time. And if anybody out there is interested, you got to check out Brave Books, 1307 Arizona. You can also find him on Facebook, Instagram. Got a great selection, so much more than just books. You got to check out the vibe as well. Judd, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Monica.
We'll
I
talk
appreciate
soon.
it.
Thank
Have a great
you.
day.
You too. Bye-bye.